that is all jacked up. Here. Edit. Really wish it would let me like schedule again. That's okay though. All right. Sweet. We are up. Let me make sure my sound is good. It looks good, mostly. It does clip from time to time, and I don't know why. That's what I get for not knowing my broadcasting tools. Hello, Scott. Let people grunt. Oh, he was first. Nope. Scott beat you. The Goofy, welcome, welcome. All right. So, as I think you guys probably saw already, here, let me make sure I got the camera up so I can see myself. We went live with the Locknar t-shirt drop. It is out now. Yeah, so a couple things had to happen for that. We opted not to print the shirts here. It just turned into something where it's going to be kind of expensive to buy the stock, buy the transfers, and then it'd be a pretty expensive shirt, so I don't think anybody would really be able to buy it. So partnered with one of those vendors that kind of links with YouTube pretty well. I haven't gotten my sample of a shirt yet. This is kind of what we made, so I'm going to find out what I get. Should be decent print quality, but if there's problems, we're going to kind of follow up on that and figure it out. But yeah, it's out. $20 plus shipping and handling. I think they upcharge it to $6 if you've got like a triple or quadruple XL, or it's just, I guess, materials. It costs more to get a bigger shirt. But yeah, it is live. If you want to check them out, YouTube has a tab called Shop. You can click there. You can go to the YouTube video. I have it linked as a product in the video somewhere, so you can check that out, or on the short. And if nothing else, you can go to the website, locknar.com, and click on the shopping cart, and that'll get you going. But yeah, looking forward to it. It will only be available, this design in particular, will only be available until March 13th. So once that passes, I'm going to delete it off of the store and then wait a couple months to do another drop, right? So I think it's more fun that way. We get to try out a bunch of different designs, and if people like it, I'll keep doing it, and if nobody does, then yeah, not a big deal. But anyway, enough chilling. How is everyone doing? We doing all right? My headphones died. Been a rough day. Yeah, that might do you. They're not cheap anymore. That's like, that used to be $15, $20, I'll be okay. And then now it's like, well, there goes $100, because everything below that is just terrible. What's up, Dark Hell? I'll tell you guys first too. I've been talking with a couple people, our lovely moderators on YouTube here. I think it's about time we start up a Discord channel. So I'm going to work on that this weekend. I think it'd be nice to kind of get everybody together in one place who come and hang out a lot. Lets me kind of be a little bit more direct with everybody. And probably to help Chesh out, get all of my alerts off of his platform, right? Because people keep using his Discord to talk about my stuff, and I think it's like, well, probably need our own space for that. So details for that will probably come out next week, probably by next stream. I'll try to have, kind of a link to it and everything. But yeah, that is the plan. I think we're gonna start a Discord. Got a couple moderators lined up. It's going to be the same folks that are helping us here at YouTube. And it's going to be fun. We're going to feel it out. I don't think there's going to be a ton of people there, but we're going to feel it out. So I'm not going to have a shit ton of channels. I'm not going to have a ton of like bots or whatever else. It's going to be really simple to start. a general tab, a music tab, a creatives tab. Like, that's about it. An off-topic tab, if we really want one. But yeah, so that's coming down the pipe. Any other sponsored by Simon? Let's see. What else? So 2085 is done. I think if anything else happens to that song, it's going to be minor tweaks. I fixed some issues per some recommendations from some friends. I think that worked out really well. The low mids were a little light, so I boosted those up with some saturation, did some mix changes to kind of tighten things up, but it felt good. One label has passed on it so far, but that one was semi-expected. They're more of a neurofunk label. This was kind of more dance floor-y and anthem-y arena, but they did suggest try for Grinzies. We'll try for Monster Cat. So I did put a submission in. I haven't really heard back. I doubt that I will. I'm actually going to solicit some feedback tonight from some label people to see if there's any other ones I should consider for submission. So 2085's done. Hopefully I can get a label to pick it up. Turnarounds on those means that that might not get released until the summertime or beyond. Like, we're into March, and these labels usually fill up their roster of shit pretty aggressively. So we're just going to be working here on new stuff and getting it in the done pile and start shipping it out to people, and hopefully have releases lined up through the back half of the year, and then be a consistent little art boy. What else? See. Yeah. So I was thinking about it today. General plan. I want to write another single first, so get something ready to kind of keep that cadence going. I think after that, I'm going to do a real quick treatment of Deputized for next tapes. That has been neglected for a while. And I do want to round that series out with probably Deputized, and then soon thereafter Rock and Loaded, and that's a nice little 4-track EP. We'll put that together for Spotify and just release it because we can. And yeah, and then it's just keep the cadence going, keep working on singles and kind of put them out there. With that being said, I think today is just vibe ideas. We're going to be working on starting something new. Kind of tinkered with that a week ago, but we really kind of turned it into a little jam fest. So, I guess before I check anything, I'll just check Label Radar, see if they actually responded. I've been too busy to even check. They passed. They were not interested. That's okay. I kind of figured. Not their bag. At least that was quick. They listened and said no thank you. Did they say why? No. Let's see. They just passed. All right. So hopefully I can find a label. If I don't find anyone soon, I'm going to self-release the 2085 because I have no intention of just waiting forever. But I do want to give it a good shot with a couple places. I'm not sure which ones to do. But anywho. Okay. Started. The Betsy Prince Apophis? Apophis? I cannot pronounce your name. What did I have next? Yeah, I'm excited for 2085 too. I think that turned into something quite fun. I was not anticipating making it so dance floor, but it works. At least it works for me. It hits hard. It's got a big melody. Well, the 80s cheese is pretty fun too. But yeah, okay. Let's start with something simple here. Not a shuffle, just the... Oh, audio bleed. I'm never going to figure this shit out because my speakers are directly behind me. And the microphone just does not want to... I don't want to work in my headphones the whole time because it's exhausting on my ears and it's hot. So I'm kind of zoomed. Yeah, that's better. Oh, right. I was recording the t-shirt promo. I'm like, why is that all janky looking? Yeah, because I was recording for the shirt stuff. All right, let me put play on this and see. All right. Give me a second, guys. I gotta tweak some settings to try and get this to work better. Testing. Testing. All right, that does better. Yeah. I worry that I don't want the attack, like I don't want it to cut my voice off too much, because that's been an issue before. All right. That's bog standard break. I like that. Got the right camera up. I do. Oops. Alright, that's all kind of janky, weird stuff. We're gonna nuke that and start fresh. Vibe we're going for today. Let's see. So... what the... Hydrosynth splits up, yes. Pops. Who's correct? Yeah, okay, we're already filtering that out. Avoid archives. love that random button. That is a great way to just kind of find random crap on the synth, being able to use a random hotkey and randomize a parameter. That's just lovely. Oops. What the hell? Okay, there it goes. All right. Mm. And off to So all right, let's do a little bit of recording. A track correct from oh, okay. Not bad. 1 sec. Not yet. He's not back yet. I think little stuff here and there. Think about something. Anchor us to. Start cinematic. So like that. That sounds gone. Oh yeah, Space Laces did blow the fuck out. That's for sure. No, all right. Funny thing, because I've always been a fan of their work. So, golly, back in like probably 2009 or 2010, there was a release on, I want to say Lucky something, like Lucky Date. I can't remember the label's name. It was run by a guy who did a lot of electro house. And I think it was like Hoes and Discos was a single that got thrown in there somewhere. And I didn't pay attention. I didn't follow the guy. And then years later, I think it was when he was starting to really pick up with Excision and that kind of crew, because they were doing a lot of writing together. I'm probably going to guess that he did some ghostwriting too, but collaborative anyway. That's when I really keyed in, because like Space Laces has some really cool sound design. Sometimes he makes some really boring fucking songs. And then sometimes he makes an absolute home run, triple threat banger, catchy melody, super well done design, super well done mix, 10 out of 10s. I think his mixtapes he was putting out during COVID were awesome. Things like Overdrive were really good. But yeah, it was one of those, like, I had seen him in passing, paid him no mind. Then I kind of rediscovered him as he was kind of picking up steam. And I definitely count myself a fan. His stuff is incredible. He's a nice guy too. He had a Discord open for a while, which he would frequent during COVID. He'd chat with fans and people and then play Smash Brothers with them. Guys, he got mean ass Richter back in that time, that's for sure. But yeah, it was funny. I was going through my catalog and then it's like, no shit, I actually heard a Space Laces track like years before I even really paid attention to the guy. But yeah, he's when he's making stuff that just sounds too, I'll put it in the Excision camp. It's too Excision, it's too downlink, but without any real nuance or whatever. It's hard to quantify, but when he leans into that, I tune out. I think it's kind of boring. When he leans into stuff like Overdrive, and I mean, Dominate was an absolute monster, and it's just kick drum and bass line and then some ear candy underneath, and it works. It works as a great like bass house track. So, not to glaze too many other people on my stream. It's my time. No, that's one of those aspirational people. I think that they produce really well, and I try to lean into meeting that standard if I ever can. But yeah. Oh, how do you title your songs? Do you have an idea mid-production, or do you name them after? I definitely do them during production, and it's usually a nonsense name. That's kind of the problem with EDM. It's like, unless I've got a hook, I have nothing to attach it to. So it's all kind of nonsense stuff, because there's no real meaning to derive from it. It's not like I'm putting subtext into my music. This is all mood music, right? It's to make you dance. So it's more just like a fun title. Doesn't have to be anything serious. Unfortunately, because I kind of change names from time to time, I'll have project folders where it'll be under one name. I'll have to go and dig for it because I've renamed it like 3 different times. I'm like, fuck, I got to go back and find an original that had this sound design or mix choice that I made that I liked better. So, anyway, Excision was always blown out of proportion, insanely mid-dubstep. I'd probably say I'm with you, I'd say I'm with you 40% of the way there. 10 years ago, I definitely would have been 100%. I'd say Excision's completely overrated. I think he chooses his collaborators very well. And when he does make something that piques my interest, it's usually through a really clever partnership where he's like, okay, he worked with, I think Sullivan King made it to some of his stuff, and then it's got a crazy good hook. And consistent. You can say what you will about the guy. He keeps putting stuff out. He puts on a crazy elaborate show. He pays for some expensive visuals and sound stacks to kind of ship them around the country to make his shows fun. So I think he delivers what he sets out to deliver. While I might not be his biggest music fan, I probably can give him a little bit of extra credit for like doing the hustle right and not turning out to be a total dickhead. Until he does, which we may find out one day with most of these fuckers. Shit, the dubstep days were chock full of like canceled people, the canceled graveyard of, oh, they were a total asshole. That's it comes to mind with the pederast crap. Bass Nectar was grooming people or whatever he did, and you're like, holy cow. But I'm also not surprised, right? Some predators are hide out in the open pretty well as long as they can. Some of your names kick all kinds of ass. Well, I appreciate it. I do try. I just think that they're mostly cheesy and just kind of fun to say. Let's see. It's 2 drops excessively stretched like for me. Excision out of all the outputted. He has 3 MLG moments, but I'm still looking now as Destroyed songs, and that's it. Well, think about what Destroyed was. Bass Laces, Excision, and Downlink. Downlink's an excellent producer. I think him and Stranger kind of remind me of similar stylings, where it was moodier, angry dubstep before that was a thing, right? But those are, I mean, you pick good partners and you're going to make some really, really good stuff. Yeah, and like Rumble. Rumble is 100% a Space Laces track released by Excision. But it's a good collaboration, and they probably did sit down and figure out how to make it work. So I think that's one thing I try not to do anymore. The older I get, is I try not to poo-poo on something because it's not for me. I'd rather kind of laud its qualities because other people like it. Especially if somebody's putting effort out. It could be something I absolutely hate, like it's like, okay, the sleepy time dubstep that drives me crazy today, right? The build up, and then the drop is like frog noises, and it's like, it's super anticlimactic. I don't love that stuff, but I know a lot of work is being done to make that work for the people that like it, so it's like, you know what? Have it. I'll respect the hustle, maybe not the product. Because I used to just lump that all together and then like hate people for no reason that I've never met, that I never knew, or it's like, why harbor resentment? And then I have to remind myself, I was a kid. I was a jealous kid who was thinking like, why do these people fucking get to be, on the road? And it's like, because they got lucky. They worked hard and they got lucky. Can't resent them for that. They did one thing is just luck and they can't help that. And the other part's hard work. So it's like, you cannot hate on somebody for working hard. If you do, you're kind of a dick. You can hate on the people that take a handout or get a leg up, and then they're like nepotism. I can absolutely find a reason to be like, dude, you suck, and there is no reason for you to be there. There are other people trying their ass off, and you shouldn't be there. Throwing cakes at people. What did I see the other day? He was Steve Aoki was doing like a remix contest or something. I'm like, what? You don't even write. You are paying people to write for you. What are you doing? But they were good for me, so Devin, I'm still here. Well, I appreciate it. Ugh. Not poo-pooing. We know the scene. I'm not saying it's bad. I put you in this place because the song's on point. Let's see. Here's what I'm trying to do here. Because one of the bits of feedback I got, particularly from the Neurofunk label that I actually do want to release with, I think they make they're a good sized team, they're hustling, and they're active in the community. So I'm interested in working with them. But their feedback to me was that 2085 was way too what was it? It was like synthwave. I think I got the synthwave comment, and you should send it to Monster Cat. I get that, but I need to dial some of that back to kind of make a broody, I'm gonna be like noisia. So I'm trying to think of how to approach it without me going crazy with this fucking organ already, where it's just like, yeah, it's a jam. It's like, okay, well, no. You know what, pads? It's like, keep it simple. Make it drone, right? That's gotta be it. I think. Do we have something vocally in here? Let's see. Wobblecraft is run by some people putting like 14 streams of Radio Rock. Like, what the fuck, Rabblecraft? I don't know if that dude runs it anymore. We used to talk. At one point in time, I was trying to get him to start up a label because he had an audience with the curation and everything else. There is something to be said. A lot of people back in the day kind of move on from the scene, right? Because either their business wasn't like... There was a blog I liked a lot, and he was trying to keep his thumb on the pulse, or finger on the pulse, sorry. And I kind of check up on people after a while, and it's like, yeah, that was like 10 years ago. A lot happens in 10 years. People start families, take up new jobs. Like he was doing like marketing or something. So it's like people kind of move on. I wouldn't be surprised because the Wobblecraft guy was in college when we were talking. Probably graduated college, got a big boy job to pay his big boy bills, and then maybe gave the thing up. Welcome back to Goofy. But yeah, there's something to be said about that. And DJs that kind of fall off the map and are doing something else. Cold Blank was a duo back in the day that kind of they split. They didn't really split. It was more of like they retired and then one of them went off to do like house and then they got a partner and moved on with their lives. It's interesting how fleeting some of this is. Much like the disposable nature of EDM itself. It's like, yeah, people come and go and times change. Anyway, before I lose my thought, back. Alright, we can go with that. Bird is doing okay. Still hormonal, but he's doing better. Well, that's a choice. Oh, I forgot about that one. Yeah. Oh no. Bounce launcher clip. Ooh, that's a new. Oops. Oh, there you go. Bum, 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 bum. Yeah, this will have like a moody build-up. that kind of just comes in and out. I can dig this. So dark and moody. So we'll do super happy for 2085 and energetic, and this is more like brooding. It's still gonna have some pretty heavy bass lines. That's bog standard for me. I'm gonna bounce this before I forget. Bounce. Oh. Oh, Helldivers 2? Yeah. I haven't played a lot recently, but that game's fun. You know what? I dig it. I think this can be a moody and broody opener kind of track. It'll flow in. I already can see where it's going to go. You're going to have this very choral, cinematic opening. Then it kind of fades. The bass is going to come in. You're going to have a soft landing into a hard place. So that's going to be cool. I wish I had somebody to play so I could feel pain. Let's see what else could join you whenever you can. Honestly, what may happen is with the Discord being opened up, I think that we can possibly organize some like game nights once in a while, where if we all have something, we could always get on and do like a what's it called? Lethal Company comes to mind, but just like a hangout session where we're all kind of doing something. It's not stream related, it's not music related, it's just kind of fun. I will also just put it out there, if you guys are on Discord and you play cool and any of you play Destiny, I will definitely bully you into raid time because our group has nobody. Be happy to recruit fans if that needs to happen. Oh, and Helldivers too. I think that'd be fun too. Just nonsense where everyone's blowing each other up by accident. So, I'd say pretty productive day. So, reminders, we wrap up the stream. All right, this one's dirty and it's not the final product, but it's available. So, just a second reminder, t-shirts are live. Go to the store page on YouTube, on my YouTube channel. Go to my website and click the shopping cart, or check the videos with the announcement. That should link to the product. These are only going to be available through 3/13. So, when they're gone, they're probably going to be gone forever. Because that's the idea. These are kind of limited run things. So, just about. Today's a little short. I started about, 5:20, 5:10? About an hour. No, I'm feeling stuff out for this. I've got some stuff to do. I also have to follow up with a meetup tonight because I need to get this label shit sorted for 2085. So, to ship to Europe. The order fulfillment is available in Europe. So I've actually already had people order in New Zealand, and that seemed to have worked okay without charging them too much. And Europe is another place. So I'm not making the shirts this time. We decided not to do that. So North America, or actually, I don't know if it's all of North America. I think it's just US, but US and Europe. Those are fulfillment zones. Apparently, New Zealand was one of them. So I still have to send them a thank you. Oh, and I will be trying my best to send individual thank you videos to people that buy, because it's really nice and I do appreciate it. But yeah, I think we are doing good. It's not so much limited stock. This one's more limited run. It's kind of like each edition of these shirts is going to be a short-lived one. So if you want to get it, got to get it while it's around, and then it disappears. Yeah. As long as shipping ain't more expensive than the shirt. I don't think it will be. I think for me, shirt was $20. I had to order one for myself because I want to see what their print quality is like. I didn't get it before the announcement, so I hope they're good. I hope they don't suck. But the shirt's $20. It cost me like $10 in shipping. So I think they have fulfillment centers in a lot of places, so that should be easy. If my video is just Locknar saying prop, I think I can do that for you. Just leave a note. But yeah, no, good. I think this is a good direction. It's a little vague, but the music wise, I like the very ethereal. It's going to have like a kind of quiet choral open, then fade out and back into like a nice beat. I don't want to be too moody. I'll have to fiddle with it. That'll be a next week problem. Next week I'm around. Let's see. Probably going to work on this some more. Really, I need to just get this wrapped up as soon as I can. So start to finish, I need to be like, boom, in 3 weeks time, I want to have another track in the done pile. So next week, I'm going to try to go for a long session with you guys, mostly to keep myself accountable. And then in my free time, particularly next weekend, I'm going to probably be banging out a lot of this track. After that, we'll get back to next tapes. I think Deputized will be a very doable track in between to kind of have fun and break things up. I will finish this Lego sometime in the future. I think these streams are just going to be busy for a bit, but we'll get back to it. I promise. It'll just be sitting in the. Anyway, can you do a 3D print file of Slime Dude? Good question. We're redoing the model right now, so I don't even because he doesn't have a stand. I'd have to like model a stand. It'd be doable though. It'd be kind of fun for myself just to have a little statue. Good thinking. Maybe it's something I try to do one of these days. But yeah, keep your eyes out for the Discord announcement. That one's going to be more of just it's going to be real simple. It's going to be post and a short, and I'm probably not going to even do a video for that one, frankly. It's just going to be a short, like, hey, come check out the Discord, links on my website and wherever. Yeah, so hopefully I'll have that sorted by this weekend. Yeah, give him a grunt body. See, I don't know how I feel about like the floating head then just getting stuck on a guy. I don't know. But anyway, hey, thanks for coming.